We would be honored if you would join us.
Hey, Star Wars fans and action figure collectors, we've got a Black Series review. Probably a strange one for me personally. I'm not objecting this release, but so soon after a regular director, Krennic, we only just had this within the last probably couple of months, which, in its truest form is an update to the Rogue One figure from 2016. So I'm interested to see whether this one differs at all. It looks to be a slightly bit different. Which, again, not objecting to this release whatsoever, but yeah, it's just strange to have director Krennic come out so soon, one after the other, in the same branding. Whereas if had this Krennic had gotten the Rogue One box, yeah, it would have been a little bit different. You could have gone along with it. Not to say that it's a bad thing again, but yeah, we're looking at director Orson Krennic in his dress uniform, based on his appearance in part of season 2 of Andor, number 16 in the lines. We've got a good slew of characters from Andor now, which is great. And you know what? I don't know whether that's actually Krennic there. It could be. I can't remember the side of the box. That might also be the... No, I'm just looking at the cape. I can't remember, honestly. I'd have to go back and check out my review on Krennic beforehand, but yeah, I do like the artwork. Great likeness of Ben Mendelsohn there. Yeah, it says here, tasked with leading the Empire's most secretive experimental research division, the ambitious director Orson Krennic is determined to make the Emperor's dream of energy independence a reality. That's what he thinks he's doing anyway. We all know what he was actually doing. Whether he knew, that's a different story. No, I'm pretty sure he knew. But you know what? We're going to do a little side-by-side comparison, but let's get this figure open and see what he's all about. And here is the director himself out of the packaging. Yeah, really great-looking figure. This is more new than I was expecting. I was expecting some slight retooling of the original figure, but yeah, there's a lot of new here. This time we're getting his blaster pistol, which has actually got some good paint applications compared to the recent re-release of Rogue One sort of Krennic, and you can just see, this one's actually got some paint applied to it. So, given that this one doesn't have a holster, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, because I do have this Krennic here standing with my Death Troopers in my sort of Rogue One section on my shelf, whereas I think this one's going to fit in amongst the Andor figures. Makes sense, right? But yeah, no, that's just proof of they can do those little paint applications to just give it a little bit more, especially when most of the figure is reuse. But again, this one, I'm sure there's a bit of reuse here. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it's from, but you can sort of see he's almost got sort of standard trousers here, whereas this one has the they sort of flared out. I can't remember the name of them. But yeah, he's got the pants over the boots. It looks a little bit more casual than dress uniform. I would have thought the boots up would have been a little bit more dressy. But maybe there's a fine line between. Who's to know? Who's to know? But again, the head sculpt, pretty sure it's exactly the same. Maybe a slight retool here and there. Go a little side by side. Pretty much the same. There's not much difference there. This time, the articulation has been given a new neck. So I thought the torso would be completely retooled, would be like just a simple retool. And it kind of is. I'm seeing a couple of little differences, but yeah, he's got the new neck. Obviously the parts for the cape to sort of sit over, given the soft goods cape, and the black and white stripe down the shirt there, that's all part of the sculpt. Same with the belt, that's all part of the sculpt of the lower part of the tunic here, which is still a soft plastic. especially around the back there. So you get the underside of the cape. Which is an interesting way they've stitched that. It's given a certain stitch through the middle there that ensures that sort of drapes around. It's interesting. It's quite well done. I'm partial to the plastic, but I'm not upset about this. I just think if the collar was a little bit more, I don't know, you can sort of see on the collar there, it's a slightly different material. You know, maybe it's a little bit more rigid in nature, just to sort of help with... let's move back a little bit. There we go. Maybe just to sort of help with that sort of collar up look. And yeah, this time he's almost got the epaulets over the top, which sort of hold it down. And yeah, then you've got that sort of crease. And yeah, you can kind of see the stitching, the way it's sort of stitched around the side here over the shoulders. It's almost got that sort of square angle there. That means when it falls around his shoulders as opposed to just sort of slinging over the back, which I appreciate very much. So it just gives it a nice look. If it was a slightly more thicker fabric and it would fall a little bit heavier, you know, maybe it'd look alright. Maybe if I wet it down and let it dry, it'll get some of those creases out and it'll fall a little bit more nicely. But yeah, it's definitely a different cape to what he's worn, I'd say previously, but not really. That's in the future. But yeah, definitely a little bit more dressy. Little details like the rank badge have been nicely painted. It's actually on a silver badge, which looks good. And his little code cylinders there in the pockets. Again, he's not wearing the gloves. So I'm pretty sure the arms and the hands are the same. But yeah, like I said, it's an interesting figure. Like it's a great release, really, really nice. But so soon, it is interesting. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Not to belittle Krennic as a character, I think he's fantastic. One of my favourite Imperials. So I was always going to get this guy. Ben Mendelsohn being an Aussie. Legend. So let's talk about his articulation. He's got a barbell in the neck. With a double barbell in the head and top of the neck. Another joint in the bottom of the neck. So you get a little bit extra movement there. Simple ball hinges in the shoulders, elbows, ball hinges in the wrists. There's the ball and socket there in the torso, just to get that nice range of movement. He has the barbell in the hips. Ball hinges in the knees, ball hinges in the ankles, and the rocker joint in the foot too. And yeah, I've got a KR stand ready here to go. Yeah, Imperial Black. Give him his blaster. Yeah, really nice looking figure. Really glad to have grabbed this one. Did pre-order him through Kess Run Hair Collectibles, which is where I work. It's always a bonus to be able to pre-order through work. But yeah, no, it was good to see him come back for season 2 of Andor. He played the role perfectly. And just built on what we already knew about him. Fantastic. Great to have a couple of Krennics. Yeah, there's definitely some colour differences between the two. At least head sculpt wise. but they're both fantastic. They're both really nice. Definitely got a nice home in the collection. There he is, Director Krennic dress uniform, side by side with his Rogue One director counterpart. Hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this. Should be back very soon with some more. Hope you've enjoyed. Give the video a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you're new. That would be awesome. And we'll catch you again very soon for another bunch of toy reviews and other stuff. So appreciate you hanging out. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. May the Force be with you always.